Howdy friends, it's Fightman, and I am here to talk about Party City. They just announced that they are closing all stores forever. And this comes right at the same time that Big Lots has announced they're probably going to suffer the same fate. In this video, I'm going to discuss the Party City history, how it got to where it is, and how awful it is of the timing of this for the employees right before Christmas time. So stay tuned as we take a deep dive into the permanent closing of Party City. So Party City was first opened in 1986 by Steve Mandel in Hanover, New Jersey. The concept was simple. It was a one-stop shop for all your party needs. Party City became synonymous with decorating, holidays, and especially Halloween. By the mid-2000s, it had grown into a large company with 200 plus stores across Canada and the US. So eventually the company grew in size and went public. And Steve Mandel, the founder, was still head of the company. That is, until 1999 when he was ousted out. Steve blamed this on the CFO for not filing some type of inventory audit on time. So the company continued but started to suffer from revenue loss. And in 2023 filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. During this time, an investment company came in, and that seemed to change a lot of the direction of Party City. So what exactly went wrong? Well, the company was struggling before this bankruptcy filing. So I feel like a lot of that suffering came from big competitors. These competitors really started kicking up their game when it came to Halloween, which was a huge source of income for Party City. But furthermore, let's talk about COVID-19. So during the COVID-19 time, parties were canceled. Birthday parties, New Year's parties, all type of things that people celebrate for and go and buy party supplies for and balloons and decorations, they weren't happening. So the lack of these type of events definitely caused a major blow in the income for companies like Party City. With that said, Steve Mandel did an exclusive interview with the New York Post in 2023. And while he did acknowledge that COVID was a big portion, he also outlined some other things that had changed at Party City which contributed to their end. So as we mentioned before, when they filed for bankruptcy, a private equity firm came in and invested capital in the company to keep it afloat. In this interview in 2023, Steve says that was one of the large parts of the problem. While Steve's vision was to have Party City be a discount party supplier, that wasn't the same thing that was on the minds with the equity firm. And Steve claims that they raised prices up to top dollar. However, the equity firm that invested in Party City also had another subsidiary, which was a party supplier. In Steve's interview, he says that by the equity firm having such a large partnership with a party supplier, that many of their supplies now had to come from this party supplier, which limited the variety of products that they had. Now during Halloween, Party City had a pop-up store called Halloween City. He goes on to explain that Spirit Halloween had 1,400 locations across the nation, while Halloween City only had 100. So that leads us to December of 2024, when the company is being ran by Barry Litwin. Now just a few weeks ago, there was a company meeting where employees were told things were looking good, the outcome looked good, and everybody had a cheerful outlook. That is until December the 20th. So on December the 20th of 2024, Barry Litwin held an all-hands-on-deck company meeting. During this meeting, the surprise was dropped. Party City had announced that it was closing all stores forever. Now, this is just less than a week before Christmas. And not only did they announce that the company was basically shutting down, they announced that every employee from a corporate level at that time was dismissed and no longer employed. Now, I have no insider information, but reports say not only were they told that they were no longer employed immediately, they were also told that there was no severance package and there were no benefits. Again, I don't know if that's true, but that is what I have read. So then immediately there's no corporate employees. The only employees left are those at the retail store level. Party City will continue to operate through February. And I actually just received a notification on my phone that they are having an up to 50% off. In other words, the clearances have already started. And I went and looked for you online, and yes, there's a lot of Halloween stuff that is 50% off. A lot of it is not in the store. Most of it you do have to order online. So then that led me to think, how are they going to fulfill these orders online if they have no corporate staff? So I did a little bit more digging for you, and what I found is there are liquidation companies that come in situations like this. So I have to assume that they're going to use this liquidation company to help with orders that are coming in online and to be able to get those out. Now I want to take a break and talk about the timing of this announcement. We're talking about less than a week before Christmas. People, I have been let go of a job because of my department closing more than one time, and it's a horrific experience to go through. And in my situations, both times I had months to figure out what to do. That's right, they told us months ahead of time that the department was closing and we could go ahead and start looking for other jobs. But we continue to have insurance and we continue to be able to work during that month. Now imagine, you're at Party City working in the corporate office. You've been there for years. I'm sure they have some people that have been there for 10, 15 plus years. And immediately you're cut off less than a week before Christmas. So I just want to say, if any of the Party City corporate employees are watching my video, I feel you. I think it's a horrible thing, and I cannot believe that they would do the timing at this time of the year, so close to Christmas. I have to say, why couldn't they wait 5 more days until at least after Christmas? I do feel for you, and I know it's a horrible experience to go through. And please, if you are suffering depression and you feel bad about this, if you have someone to talk to, please go talk to those people. And if you don't, think about calling the crisis hotline. But I want to truly express how horrible the timing was on this, and I don't understand it, and I truly feel for you. If you are a corporate employee and have been directly affected by this closure, feel free to use the comments to tell us more about what really happened. Well, with the closure of Party City being such a large retailer, and not only Halloween but year-round decorations, this is going to leave a big gap for other retailers to fill. While I believe there's a lot of opportunities for other retailers to step in and fill in this gap, I believe in competition, and I believe competition is healthy. Not only does it add to the variety of products available to us, it also helps keep prices affordable. And I do have my concerns to what the lack of Party City in the market will do to prices. Now, I personally saw changes in Party City and Halloween availability. Many years ago, I remember going into Party City, going to the back of the store, and there was this section that was filled with high quality masks. And I mean, it was filled. We're talking probably 300 masks plus. They even had a dedicated employee just for the mask department. So someone was always there to help you because the selection was so vast and there were so many people around that area. And as the years went on, that diminished and diminished and diminished. I went to Party City about 6 months ago, and they didn't even have a mask section per se. They had some hanging up on the wall, but it was nowhere near the quantity nor the quality of what I was used to from the Party City that I grew up with. So I have fond memories of making Party City trips really a destination trip. It was just great. There was so much selection and so much activity. I would like to know if you have any fond memories of Party City. Let me know in the comments below. Now, as a Halloween enthusiast, losing any place to get a variety of costumes and decorations, it's sad. And it kind of is a wake-up call for me. So I do a lot of my shopping online and at particular stores, but in the future I'm going to try to remember that there's a lot of stores out there that are struggling. And I'm going to try to plan to expand my horizons and go back and visit some stores that I haven't, and try to consider them when making purchases. And I want to suggest to you to consider that In your future Halloween plans, consider diversifying where you purchase from to give everybody a little piece of the pie and help them all stay alive. And just so you know, I have a few videos in the fire right now, hopefully coming out of the oven in the next few months. Until next time, stay spooky, my friends!